Good morning, you guys. This is Jenny. This is our Kundalini Yoga class. Today we are going to be doing the Kriya for developing self-rhythm. Albert Einstein had a lot of amazing quotes. As we know, he was a scientist, but he also understood energy, which everything in life primarily breaks down to energy and the understanding of how energy functions within our being and within the universe, within the divinity that we are all comprised of, correct? Albert Einstein said, everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. Well, today we are doing, like I said, that Kriya for developing self-rhythm. Because what happens a lot of the time is, yes, we may procure this specific kind of vibration. And, as I've been reading these books that I've been telling you guys about, masters or the teachers of the Far East, it really does rub me the wrong way almost when people say I'm working to elevate my vibration, get that higher vibration. It's things that I've said many times because it's just what the program was. It's what I learned in the different spiritual classes I've taken and things like that. And it's basically that thing of when we know better, we do better kind of a deal. And it's not that it's better, it's just what resonates for me personally better. And they talk about how it's really not so much about that. It's about aligning our energies to universal energies, to the energies of the universe, which the energies of the universe are the energies of divine, source, God, however you choose to look at that. Because everything is comprised of that. I am that. So it's about aligning my energy to that energetic state of being. Correct? So I'm not elevating my energy. I'm not above somebody else and they're lower than I am. We're all at different parts of our journey. We're all meant to honor and appreciate that we're all on those parts of our journey that are meant to serve and assist us specifically. It doesn't have to do anything with the people outside of myself. It's exactly where I'm supposed to be to draw me towards my highest and greatest good, to allow me to see the truth of where and what I am at this moment. So developing self-rhythm is really important to me because so often what happens is we procure this level of vibrational state of being through our practices, through the breath work, through our meditations, through our knowledges and understandings, our expanding of our consciousness, which is essentially what gives us that greater ability to expand our vibration into those universal states of being. And so it's important that we learn to maintain our vibration through our relationships, through our experiences, through the things that happen in our daily lives. Because often what happens is we procure these vibrations, but then we allow ourselves to become entrained or sucked into the energies, the vibrational energy around us, right? So perhaps I'm going through an experience where I'm not comfortable, I'm not happy, it doesn't make me feel good, it's completely disharmonious to my vibrational state of being. And instead of being able to stay in my own self-rhythm, in my own vibrational space, I allow myself to entrain to the energies around me and to vibrate at that level of being, as opposed to that constant, what should be a constant state of being for me. That's why they say, no matter what's going on around you, you should be able to stay centered by staying in your own vibrational space instead of getting sucked into the other stuff. And it can be easier in some situations to maintain our vibrational space than others. For me, I notice I really, really struggle when I'm in a situation where I'm not the one making the choices. I'm not the one calling the shots, and I'm kind of subject to what's going on around me to a degree. I will forget that I have other choices, other options, other perceptions, other ways of looking at the situation that allows me to stay grounded in my own space. And when that happens, then I'm allowing myself to shift my vibration towards the vibration of the situation or the people around me or the negative mind, right? So today we're going to be doing that developing self-rhythm Kriya, and it's really Simple and beautiful. This one is also very short, kind of like last week. You'll have to forgive me. I've been actually really sick recently, and I'm pulling out of it. I'm doing my best to take care of myself at this time. So it's not easy for me to sit for a long time and things of that nature. So we're doing a little bit quicker kriyas right now. This one's going to be seated the entire time. So about this kriya, it says, the inner fatigue takes away 40% of your energy, and there's only one way to get rid of that fatigue. Regulate the energy throughout the breath of life. There's no other way out. And as we talked about the breath is not just air in front of your face. It is literally universal energy, life force energy, prana. It literally is the way that the human body functions, that it receives the prana from the environment around it. And we can always, always, always choose to connect ourselves to that state of mind and that understanding of what the breath does for us, and to allow it to revitalize us. We are working on the cross-reference of the left hemisphere to the right hemisphere. The center is the frontal lobe. This exercise will develop in you the self-rhythm. If you don't have self-rhythm, if you put on the rhythm meter, you'll be shocked how wavering your mind is, like an earthquake, 7.9 on the Richter scale. That's why nobody can enjoy life. Now, I always read you guys what it says, about it, but I also encourage you to come to your own conclusions, about what does it mean for me to self-regulate? What does it mean for me to develop my own self-rhythm? For me, it looks like aligning my energetic vibration to universal life force energies, that God, divine, great spirit energy, always working to align my vibration to that space. Because when we open up to that divine that is who and what we are, all things come from that space. All beauty, all life, all of the things that the heart seeks, the heart desires, are available to us within that space. So let's go ahead and start tuning in this morning. After we tune in, we're going to warm up a little bit. Start by centering yourself in your easy seated posture, and just take note for a moment how the body responds to that cue. The lengthening of the spine starts to draw itself into place without even having to try as much. The body will respond to that cue, that verbal, that mental cue of tuning in. The breath shifts, and the attention comes back inside of the self. This beautiful practice is always about coming back to the self. Now go ahead and take those hands in front of the heart space and start to rub the palms of the hands together. Restfully creating that friction, that heat. Honoring the unification of the polarities of the being, the pranic and the aponic energy. Stop rubbing the palms of the hands together. Take the hands in prayer pose. Tuck the thumbs into the breastbone. Take a couple more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're about to tune in with that mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Tuning into those higher aspects of your being, that soul space energy, that part of you that is always aligned to divinity, which is the self. We're always, always aligned. We're always connected. Just have to honor it, recognize it. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Dev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath and apply the root block. If it's in your practice today, no moon cycle, pregnancy, no hypertension, glaucoma, things of that nature. Exhale, nice and slow, release those hands gently down onto the knees. Keep the eyes closed and continue to breathe into the body for a moment. Taking note of the shift from before you began to tune in till now. Connecting to the calm, the peace that comes from coming back inside of your own being. Back into your own vibration of being, back to your own self-rhythm. Gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready. We're going to start to warm up the body a little bit more. We're going to take those hands to the center of the shin bones. We're going to inhale, press the heart space past those biceps. Exhale, round through the spine. Continue on, inhaling forward, exhaling back, keeping the crown of the head parallel to the sky. Chin parallel to the earth. You can move as fast or as slow as feels comfortable in the body. Closing the eyes, drawing the attention inward and upward towards the brow point center. In society, we're not necessarily taught to maintain our own vibrational field. We're not taught to stay in our own self-rhythm. We're not taught to self-regulate. We're taught to react. We're taught to think about our responses. And it's not always centered in our being. It doesn't always come from the heart because we get sucked into the energies around us. So it's very important we learn to maintain our own self-rhythm all the time. Come back to center. Hands come back on the knees. Take a couple deep breaths as you keep those eyes closed and breathe into the body for a moment. Gently opening up those eyes. We're going to do one more warm-up before we move into our first exercise. So we're going to take those arms up. Palms of the hands are going to come forward. Elbows are in alignment with your shoulders. Inhaling and twisting to the left. Exhaling and twisting to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release those hands gently down onto the knees. Keep the eyes closed and breathe. Illness, sickness, sadness, grief, pain, all of these things are responses usually to disharmony in the body. Situations, other vibrations are not harmonious with our own state of being. And when we self-regulate, we draw ourselves back to our natural state of being, our own natural vibration. We can eradicate those energies from settling in our body, in our being, and from creating real manifestation of those illnesses, of those things that are not in harmony with us. Gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready. For this first exercise, we're going to continue to sit in easy pose with a straight spine. Bring your hands into Ravi Mudra, thumbs and sun fingers touching at your ring finger. Other fingers are straight. Rest the back of your hands on your knees. So it's going to look just like this. Palms of the hands are forward. You're going to whistle. With your mouth through the pursed lips. And we're going to be here for 4 minutes. We're shortening the time of this Kriya. It's normally 9.5, so if you want to work to the full expression of this Kriya, you can work up to 9.5 minutes, but we're going to start with 4. So go ahead and take those hands into mudra and inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. Take those mouths and round them out, purse the lips, and whistle. And let you continue on, whistling through those pursed lips. You're going to be here for 4 minutes. So you can also whistle Ardas Bahi if you choose, which is an instrumental version. This is not to whistle with the tongue, just the lips. Excuse me, so sorry. Inhale nice and deep. Suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Exhale. Release the hands gently down onto the knees, keeping the eyes closed. Take note of your own energetic state of being. Take note of your own vibration. Your own rhythm. Gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready. For this next exercise, we're going to remain in our easy seated posture. Your arms are going to be gently, or your elbows, are going to be gently resting at the rib cage, right about diaphragm level. Your hands are going to come out directly from those elbows. Stretching the spine up straight, turning the right palm upward and your left palm downward. You're going to consciously inhale long and deep through the nose and exhale deeply through the mouth. And you're going to be here for 5 minutes. Eyes are closed. Attention and awareness is drawn back inside that brow point center. Inhaling nice and deep through the nose. Exhaling fully and completely through the mouth. You're going to be here for 5 minutes, resting in this meditative posture. It says, watch the balance of your hands. There's no way to create any tension. Do the long, deep breath and try to relax. Ensure those shoulders are relaxed back and down the spine. It will put the inner self of you into a cross balance. You have to learn to give yourself a few minutes to experience yourself. There is no better experience than inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Use your lips. You know it is a very simple way to live. What we're trying to tell you is you are fatigued. Minus fatigue, you are beautiful. If anything can take away from your fatigue, you are fine. It says this exercise will create a miracle if you accurately do it. After all, what is harmony? Total balance. It will create a balance because we took away all of the fatigue in your body and it shall energize you. What is the fatigue? The fatigue is tiredness. Constantly trying to keep up with the energies around us. Constantly shifting our own energetic state of being to match the energies around us. And this often happens subconsciously because we're not choosing to stand in our own vibration. So we have to learn to create harmony within our own being by choosing to stay aligned to our own true vibration of where we are at in each and every moment, and that can change from day to day, moment to moment. But you know your own vibration when you come back inside and you feel peace. It feels quiet. Being with that divine aspect of yourself feels quiet, it feels peaceful, it feels harmonious. Always coming back to that. You're almost 3 minutes in, you only have a couple minutes left. Inhale nice and deep. Suspend the breath and apply the root lock. Exhale, releasing the hands down onto the knees, super gentle and slow. Keep the eyes closed. Continuing to assess, to witness, to observe the energies within your own being, not judging, not attaching, no stories, just allowing and accepting. Gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready. For this next exercise, there is another link in this Kriya for you. For the Om Namo Gurudev Namo by Niranjan Kaur. And you can choose to listen to that as we engage in this last exercise, or you can even chant to yourself without utilizing that music, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, over and over again. So just listen to whatever it is that you choose to do. Let's see here, I'm going to pull that up for you again. This is, of course, the mantra that we use to tune in. It's used to center us in the higher self. The literal meaning of it is I bow to the subtle divine wisdom. I bow to the divine teacher within. It's honoring that you are your own teacher, your own guru, your own healer. So go ahead, in that easy seated posture, you're going to take your left hand onto your heart space and your right hand on top of that. Elbows gently rest on the side of the body. Close the eyes and draw the attention and awareness up to the third eye center. And then singing from the navel, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. You can use the tape or you can use your own voice. Or you can even sing it inside your own mind's eye. You're going to be here for 1 minute. Finish up this last round of Om Namo and then inhale nice and deep. Pressing the hot hands against the heart space as firmly as you can, pressing into the body as hard as you can as you suspend that breath. We're going to exhale with a nice cannon breath, rounded mouth, deep, forceful exhalation. Inhale deeply. Suspending the breath, press the hands again as firmly as you can against the heart space. And you can no longer hold that inhalation. Exhale forcefully with that cannon breath. One more time. Inhale nice and deep. Pressing those hands firmly against your own heart. Exhale. Releasing those hands, super gentle and slow down onto the knees. Keep the eyes closed. Draw the attention back inside. Really, really slow whenever you're ready. Release yourself down onto the spine, very slow with grace and ease. Utilize that core strength to draw the spine vertebra by vertebra all the way down into the earth, allowing yourself to come into that final Shavasana corpse pose. Arms gently resting at the side of the body, legs are extended, allowing the feet to fall to the sides. Breathe nice and deep into the body. Relaxing and resting. The more in harmony you are with the flow of your own existence, the more magical life becomes. Spirit should be at the back of all things. When I say spirit, I'm not talking about some random spiritual energy. I'm talking about the spiritual energy. Source, God, divine, universal energy at the back of all things. Uplifting and supporting all choices, all words, all actions, all thoughts. Yes, sometimes we're going to have thoughts that are not aligned to the vibration of our own being. And that is why we must consciously choose the energies that we engage in, that we focus our attention on, that we feed. This is where it is important that we analyze the structure of our own thoughts, quality of our thoughts, and what do they result in? The quality of energy, is it aligned to the vibration of our own being, or is it aligned to a negative mind? Practice connecting to that internal peace on the mat so that we can more readily and easily recognize and focus on that energy in our waking life. During the challenging experiences, during the conflicting energies, so we can stay rooted within our own being. At the back of all things, at the back of that spirit, is perfection. Perfect emanation of being. And the truth is that you are always, always that. So it's really about reminding yourself who you are and what you are in each and every circumstances, and not allowing the circumstances to change the perception of the being. Otherwise, we manifest imperfectly. When we dishonor that truth, when we shift our energies, our vibrations, into the disharmonious energies around us, it's time we learn to maintain our own vibration, our own harmonious vibrational being. To stay centered and grounded, and to remember that spirit is the back of all things. Your spirit, the I am. And start to come out this gentle meditative space back to the physical body. Go ahead and take the palms of the hands and the feet together, rubbing the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands together. Rolling over onto the right side in the fetal position for a moment. Breathing into the body, aware of your own being. Pressing into the palm of the left hand whenever you're ready, drawing yourself upright into a comfortable seated position. Take those hands to heart center, plug the thumbs into the breastbone, and inhale nice and deep. We're going to finish our practice today with 3 long set exhale. I am truth, truth is my name, truth is my identity. Inhale nice and deep. Exhaling fully and completely. And inhaling to begin. Satnam, Namaste. Satnam, I am truth, truth is my name. Namaste, I honor that truth, yet unique embodiment that only you can manifest without the desire to change it. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I hope you guys had an incredible practice. I love this. It's always the stuff that I'm learning myself that I strive to share with you guys. Of course, I recognize as my own self-awareness grows, when I'm not feeling good, I can always recognize the disharmonies that have occurred within my experience by drawing myself away from my consistent vibration of being, recognizing that the spirit is the back of all things, slipping back into the program, back into the matrix, and not witnessing the truth, not focusing my attention on the truth. And then these illnesses, these things manifest from within that space. And then we have control, we have the ability to choose to stay in our own unique rhythm, our own unique vibration of being. And that's what I hope you guys learn to do this week. You can do this Kriya very efficiently, anytime, anywhere, to draw yourself back into that space. If you found yourself getting wound up, sucked into that whirlpool of energy outside of the self, drawing yourself back inside and reconnecting to your own vibration of being. So I hope you guys have an awesome week. I really love you guys so much. Please leave me any comments always that you would like to share with me. I'm happy to read them, things you're happy with, things you'd like to see improved upon or change. All of those kinds of things. I love reading them. They are great resources for me. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, that I would love to see more of that. So I hope y'all have an awesome week. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. So until then, bye.